Hey, what's up, everybody? Gene Fetty back at you with another episode of the All Access podcast from the Automotive Appearance Institute. This is number 39. Trying to get back on that weekly schedule. Audio only episode today, so don't go digging for a YouTube video. I don't have one. Didn't really have anything to show you and just wanted to get some stuff off my chest. So this is today, while I'm recording, is Sunday, July 6th. So you'll be listening Monday, July 7th. 1 week from today, right now, I should be finishing up my repair at the GPR PDR competition at Cam Auto Pro in Montreal. A little nervous, a lot excited. We're going to talk about my feelings and maybe my plan of attack and what's going on up there today. I also want to give you some updates on where the Institute is, how everything's been going. I know a few episodes ago I had a little bit of a bitch session through frustration. I feel like we've made it through that, powered through it. DBAP, for those of you who subscribe to the DBAP principle. And anyways, we are back at it, hard pushing. So I want to give you some updates there. And also, I missed a tool last week on the tool review. I'm not going to fire up the video just for it. I will have a full review coming for this. Actually, a couple of tools. But the first one, I had it standing behind me. It might even be visible in the camera if I go back and look. But I got the Get a Grip, the new large version of Get a Grip. Man, I've had mobile tech shades my whole career. Shout out to Ian. I doubt you're listening, but just in case. And I don't even know if he's still making them anymore. But anyways, the Get a Grip, the new one, I think it was like right around $300, $297, I think was the price, with the 82-inch umbrella, the big top. So I got the big top umbrella with the, there it is, the 6-inch suction cup combo. And he's got a new, so Louis has an older school Get a Grip. Great tool. But Matt put a new type of connector. It's like a double ball connector on that suction cup. Man, the ease of moving it around is just unreal, like 360 degrees, wherever you want to put it. Anyways, that having been thrown back out to the route, this new Get a Grip 6-inch with the 82-inch big top umbrella combo, killer. So good, I ordered a second one just so I can have extra shade, or if I've got Mac out with me, I can set him up with shade. But anyways, that new Get a Grip, if you haven't pulled the trigger on it, just do it now. Again, I loved my mobile tech shades for years. Never had a reason to switch. They finally wore out, you know what I mean? Like, just we're kind of beat up from years of awesome service. And I wanted to give Matt's a try. So glad I did. And I've seen a few comments in Facebook world where, people have been like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Yes. Without a doubt, it is 100% worth it. Now, the other tool that I forgot to bring with me into the show, I brought the umbrella, just forgot to talk about it. The other is that new collision gun from Jonathan Van Fontaine, JVF Tools, out of Belgium. That glue gun is freaking fantastic. Yes, it's expensive. But if you are doing a lot of heavy pulls, pick it up. Just get it. Just do it. Go to town. I think it holds 6 or 6.5 sticks of glue. And what's nice is it fully and completely melts it. So there is no wait for more glue. It's a commercial gun. I'm sure it came out of some sort of production facility, where they're doing tons and tons of gluing boxes together or putting headliners up or something like that. Anyways, those two tools, the JVF glue gun fantastic. And Matt's Get a Grip umbrella, the big top, lights out, amazing tools. So shout out to you two. Totally forgot to bring those in. So my bad. So let's give you a little update on what's going on here and what we're looking like. So, obviously you guys know, podcast listeners, that we lost Dylann, and then the new Dylann no-showed basically. And then we lost Jake. Jake moved back to Ohio with his girls to get them closer to grandparents, closer to family, and is doing his own gig, which wishing him the best of luck. He's Dense R, the letter R, us, Ohio. So go check him out on social. Go check him out. I'm sure he can use the help getting the traction. So get out there, comment, like, share, do all that good stuff. And Jake is a super guy, a super tech. Excited to see what he can do. So, thrown back into the route after, essentially being off the route for maybe a solid 10 years, maybe a touch more. I'm back at it. I am finally knocking a little bit of the rust off of my route skills. Man, what a difference between even just rolling up retail and pulling out your stuff to do one dent to get my groove back on, walking lots, looking for damage, fixing a lot more cars in a day than I'm used to fixing. It's been a little bit of a re-learning curve. And then being out and bouncing through some spots with Louie, who was just in his absolute prime. Man, I don't know if I was ever that fast and clean, but Louie's out there killing it and pushing me to be a better wholesale tech myself. Mac is doing fantastic. I'm super, super happy. I know I've bragged on him here plenty of times, but he's my kid and my student, so I'm allowed. But anyways, he's doing great. Putting him on some challenging dents. He's not giving up, which is good. He's trying to work through it. And also, his skill set is coming right up. He is grabbing entire, call it light to moderate hail damage panels and doing them 100% by himself. Some pretty good door dings by himself. We will quickly be moving him out of the shop, right, as this storm winds down, out of the shop and into being on the route every single day, which I know is just going to propel and move him faster, get him good faster. Super stoked that he's doing so well. So everything here is moving right along really well. Tomorrow, Monday, today, when you're listening to this, we have a new Dylann starting. And hopefully it won't be new Dylann anymore. It'll just be Katie. So Katie starts with us tomorrow. She's coming on part-time, keeping her current job to sort of test the waters of moving back into a creative position. We had a fantastic phone interview, a fantastic in-person interview last week. Discussed it, and she's decided to come on part-time, which is good for us because I'm too busy for working full-time with somebody right now. So that is great. So we should be ramping up more content, back to more class creation. Speaking of class creation, what do you guys want to learn? I've got a whole list of maybe 15 or 20 classes that are on the shoot list. What classes do you guys want? What do you want to learn? What do you want to know? Do you want somebody like a Katie to teach you how to create your own content, maybe how to use Canva, how to use CapCut specifically for your business, right? Is that something you want to learn? Think about it. Let us know. Shoot me an email, shoot me a text, shoot me a DM, whatever way you want to get a hold of me. Get a hold of us and let us know what class you want next. What value can I bring to you guys? So we're super stoked to have her coming in. Really need to get back on the creative, the content creation reel. We are going to be starting a new short form series. I think I may have mentioned this on the last show, but we're going to be starting a new short form video series of how to use these tools. Where do they work? Why do they work? What's so great about them? It's going to be a big build on our YouTube channel. And I've talked to Christina and Anson. We're going to help them get some more video content on their website to help you see how to use new tools. So with that, what questions do you guys have about tools? New guys thinking about a set, what do you want to know? Thinking about specific glue pull tools, what do you want to know? Again, shoot me messages, hit me up, shoot me an email. We want to make content that you guys want to learn from, and that's what it's all about. So super excited to be coming out of the chaos of this hailstorm. We always my first storm here in Pittsburgh was in 2008, and we have averaged at least a storm a year every year since 2008. Now, we've had a couple of years where it didn't hail at all, but we've also had years where we've had 2 and 3 storms. So we're still holding our average, which is fantastic. A process that I started a long time ago, before there was even like a real company, when it was just me and Melissa helping doing bookwork, like when it was just the two of us, when we would reach the end of a storm, we early on realized that no two storms are exactly alike, but we would stop and turn around and sit and look at the end of the storm and quarterback it, armchair quarterback it, and say, what could we have done better? Where were the hang-ups in the storm? Where were the bottlenecks? Where were the problems? What were the issues? So some of those over the years were my buddy Charlie had access to a pen. This is pre-Mobile Tech RX. This is going back to handwritten matrix bills. And man, Melissa banned Charlie from pens because his matrices looked like a playbook for a football game. And there's arrows pointing over here and asterisks and here and point to this and go here. And on 3 we go. It was chaos. So one of the first things we did was we took Charlie's ability to use a pen away. If we were working a storm together, Charlie does no paperwork. We'll handle the paperwork and call it at the end of the day. Another issue we've run into is a shop wanting to wait to start repairs until the customers had checks in hands. And this is a DRP shop. He wasn't willing to gamble, and he had a bad hail experience before then. He wasn't willing to gamble on doing cars and waiting for payment. So we did nothing but wrote cars for literally 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Now, we captured a lot of cars. That was still our best year in business. But I think those 2 weeks probably cost a comfortable large sum of money in production. Right? So working through, and how can we work through that? Rekeys and things and things of that nature. We were going to talk to Noah with Dent Ops. And I think one of the ways that we may combat that in the future is having them write and key and take some of the admin load off of the shop so they can get more done, which I guess brings us into another problem at a different shop on a different storm. And that was, we would scope the cars, right? DRP, so they've got a ton of cars coming in. We're scoping the cars. We're writing our mobile tech sheets, making all of our notes, all of our moldings, all of our R&Is, and sending it over to the body shop. And they were on a multi-day backlog of cars because we're writing cars way faster than they can key them in. Again, today, we get that situation. We may be taking on a claim connection or Dent Ops or both and getting CCC files back that the shops can use to help speed production through, right? It's for us, I always look at hail cars as a numbers game. The more cars you can push through, the more money you're going to make. So, right, those were a couple of the problems. Another storm, another time, the shop wanted to keep all of the R&I, and the R&I couldn't keep up, right? I don't know that we'll let that fly on a big production storm, where I've got getting calls from the dent techs, and they're like, hey, these cars on a part, these guys want to do them, but they're not getting them done. They don't understand how fast we need to go, so on and so forth, right? Problems there. This storm, the delays from the insurance company have just been unbelievably slow for the most part. And on top of that, Erie, which is one of our best insurers that we work with, those poor guys got hacked and their entire system was down for like 3 weeks, maybe a little over 3 weeks. They couldn't write cars. They couldn't submit checks. They couldn't do anything. Like they were just stuck. And we did a few Erie cars in that mix, and the adjusters were great to deal with. But like the nightmare that is the delays this time. And I don't know if that's a new trend, if that is something that they're just trying to make non-DRP repairers' lives miserable to drive more leads to the DRP preferred vendor shops. I don't know. What I do know is we, as repairers, need to find a way to combat this. We had a car that sat here for nearly a month before we got approval on it. Nearly a month. Brand new car, had like 1,500 miles on it. And that poor little girl's car sat here for nearly a month. We were on the phone with this third-party company that shall remain nameless over and over and over and over again. And everybody's passed the buck. It's this, it's that. We finally got a hold of the adjuster, and he passed the buck back to them. I mean, I believe she threatened a call to the insurance commission, and then magically the claim was approved in no time. Also battling inside of that, we don't pay for that, right? Where I feel like it's 2015 again when we started scanning, and now I've got companies telling me they're not going to do a pre-scan on a car. How do you establish a baseline? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, it is absolutely ludicrous. Speaking of scanning, right, the Hail Expo is coming up in a couple of weeks. I can't wait to hear AirPro's talk. And on top of that, I can't wait to get some good Q&A and learn better tactics for proper scanning and making sure that we're giving customers back a vehicle that's safe, and dealing with these insurance companies, right? These guys are doing more scans in a day than I will probably do in 10 years. So, anyways, we were at the end of that chaos. We're down to just a handful of the straggler cars. This is my favorite time of a storm, where you've just got a couple, 1, 2, 3 cars a week, nice and easy. I think we're pretty dialed in on the insurance companies. I don't have any of these third-party claims coming in that I'm aware of. So hopefully it will all roll smoothly and normally. And Katie will get us back on the speed with with content and production. Mac is doing great. He needs to work a little faster so I can get back off of the route and get back in here and do business stuff, not dent stuff. But anyways, that's a little update on where we're at, where Dent Repair Now is, where the Institute is. I'm in a much better place and a lot less irritable than I was a few episodes back when I was ready to lose my shit on these guys, which I'm glad for, especially because we are coming up to the GPR PDR competition. Now, I'm pretty stoked to go. I'm also a little worried. One of my early conversations with Charlie about this was, what's the damage going to be like? I'm probably literally maybe the closest. If I'm not the closest, I'm the second closest to the event. And I still can't bring all of my tools up for the show. And certainly like Martin from the UK, can't fly over with his. We're sort of relying on Cam Auto and Anson to supply most of the tools. I'm going to take my Stinger and some tips, some little odds and ends, but for the most part, right, flying up empty and blind. But anyways, one of the things that Charlie said that has me a little nervous is, oh, hey, it's GPR and PDR. He's like, you might not need to worry about all your PDR. This damage might be pretty bad. And then, Steve Dyke was a little standoffish about what the damage might be. I think Charles swore him to secrecy, which is cool. But I think we might be in for some big damage, like some hard hits. I mean, if he's really giving us 16 hours to fix this damage, like that's going to be pretty gnarly stuff before a good solid tech is going to need to be on something for 16 hours. No notes on doors, not quarter panels. But, man, I got to tell you, I'm sweating it a little bit. And there is just something weird, different about not having your tools. I'm a little nervous about that. And also, I 100% admittedly, I'm a Kiko guy. Like, I don't just use Kiko, but like my large glue pull background, obviously way more familiar with the Kiko system than the Cam Auto system. Like, I know every single tab, every single tool inside of the Kiko system and exactly how it's going to pull and how it's going to react. Well, this is the Cam Auto competition, right? Like, he's not going to have an L2E up there for me to grab and put next to my car and go. I'm going to be using one of their systems, and I'm going to have a little bit of a learning curve. And also, Danny's coming up to help me. Danny's going to have a learning curve, right? I don't even know if he's ever really pulled with Cam Auto. Like, we're in for it, but we're going to learn and we're going to go after it for sure. And some of these competitors, man, there's some big hitters. So let me run through the 10 competitors who are going to be there. So we've got Martin Sadler from the UK, myself. We've got Pac Narlin from, I think he's over from Vancouver. Vladimir Polacek, Yugoslavia maybe. Don't hold me on these countries because I could be absolutely wrong. Pablo Roca, Wei Wu, Alexander Doranin, Zishan Anjam, Memphis Haraki, Miroslav Obenko. Man, like, I know there's some big hitters in there. I think I'm myself as a big hitter, but man, this is the big dogs getting off the porch to go eat. And then the added pressure of these judges. Like, obviously we got Charles Ayun, right? It's his show. He's going to judge. And I've watched Charles work. Man, that guy's a stud, man. Can he move some metal? Craig Dyer, I've judged the Dent Olympics with him. Like, that dude has got an eye. He's picky. He understands and knows exactly what he's looking at. Man, freaking Ken Clark, the Man of Steel. Go watch his YouTube videos. The dude's insane. Some of his first video that I ever saw was a Subaru driver's quarter panel, where like the taillight was gapped out like 2 inches. And I'm like, there's no way anybody's going to PDR this, let alone they might not be able to glue pull it, let alone PDR it. That dude freaking glassed it. I mean, just unbelievable. The skill that Ken brings to the table. Don Kavanaugh, I think the oldest dent shop in America. Dude's been doing PDR forever. Super guy, but man, super critical, tough stuff. And then Arliss Geddes, like, dude, Bryce Kelly looks up to this freaking guy. I got to see him virtually present at the Advanced Skills. I think it was like 2 years ago when it was down at Matt Moore's place, Easy Auto Spa in Atlanta. Like, that dude was like, now if you're sanding, you're making mistakes. And he fixes crushed crushed stuff. I just hope that like I can satisfy these judges. I'm really excited to see how this competition goes. I'm terrified to see what the damage looks like. And I hope that there are enough tools there for us to be able to all compete on a strong level. I know that I saw a post or an email or something. There's going to be doing some live streams, some live content from the show. So make sure you keep an eye on Cam Auto's stuff this coming weekend, right, for the competition. The open house is Friday. I want to say like 10 to 6 or something like that. We draw numbers at the end of the day, get to see our damage and set up our tools. And then I believe it's 10 to 6 Saturday and Sunday, both days, are the live repairs where we are all going at it. And I'm going to see if I can bring this. I'm going to see if I can bring this cup home to America, to the United States. I'm the only American competing in this. Pressure's on, boys. Let's see what the glue roux can do. I never claimed to be the PDR roux, just the glue roux. I'm really good at making plastic stick to metal and moving metal with it. Super excited. I'm really, really curious to see what the damage looks like. I wonder just how wild Charlie's going to get, because I know how wild we have gotten here at the Level Up class, or the Smash School side of Level Up, with myself and John. We've gotten into some pretty gnarly stuff, and we've seen some pretty incredible repairs. My game plan is to follow exactly all of my rules when I teach. And that's going to be like take time, assess the damage, try to move as large of an area as quickly and cleanly as possible. I don't know how intricate those pulls will be. I believe we're doing mounted doors, so pull towers are going to be out, which is going to be a little bit of a hindrance, I think, unless they're mounted vertically somehow and we can use a pull tower. Definitely going to be unfolding with tension. I'm going to go back to, my repair path. We're going to work strongest to weakest, deepest to shallowest. There's even talk of, I know he's going to have his, Charlie's going to have his CBH 200s, the shrinky boxes, the shrinky machines are going to be out. So dude, I really cannot picture. If I'm in my head about anything, it's what's this damage going to be? Charlie, Steve Dyke, if any of you guys listen to this and you want to let us know what the damage is, make a video, drop a comment, show something. I'm itching for next Friday at 6:00 when we all get to go see our damage. And I know it's going to be pull random numbers, go look at your damage, assess it. Pretty excited to see what we can do. So wish me luck, and keep an eye out. I may try to do a podcast episode out there. Friday, maybe we'll record. We will see. It's totally going to depend on what the game plan is like, what the mindset is like. I don't believe that I'm going to have any time Saturday or Sunday to record, and then the awards are Sunday night. So hopefully I will have an episode out, and hopefully I'm announcing that I am the winner of the first GPR PDR competition, and I'm bringing the trophy home to America. That's my goal. That's my goal, is to win this thing and go after it. So we'll see. I will report back one way or another next week. Whew, I'm sweating just thinking about it, honestly. So what all is going on in the PDR world? Obviously, that is next week. I think there are still a couple seats left. I saw in an email or a post. Again, check out Cam Auto Pro. I always go right to his Instagram. That seems to be the easiest place to find all of their stuff. But anyways, I believe there are a couple seats left. The Hail Expo is the weekend after that. Friday night, July 18th. 6 to 8 or 6 to 9 is our networking event. Saturday, July 19th is the expo itself. I believe that's 9 to 6. We've got a great lineup of speakers. Myself, I'm speaking. Noah from Dan Ops, Matt Moore, Paul Corden, Air Pro, Derek Klein from Hail Trace. We've got a great insurance guy coming in, a wealth management guy, and Ryan Hampton is going to speak as well. Entirely free to get there. Oh, and we got a bunch of tool companies. Tool trucks are coming. It's going to be an amazing event. It's absolutely free to attend. Just go to hailexpo.com to claim your free seat so you can show up and get there. We are also going to be doing a live stream. So if you can't make it but still want to see and listen and at least get the information out of there, you can get your ticket for that at hailexpo.com. That is not free, but it is really inexpensive to get signed up for that. We're also going to have, barring some technical difficulty, we will have all of the classes or all of the speakers available on the Auto Appearance Institute website for replay, for purchase. This will not be like an MTE talk. These are not going to be free. These are going to be a paid for thing. So go check it out. Go sign up. Streaming access will also give you access to the recording once it's all done. So check that out. After that, September 19 and 20, the PDR Expo in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada at the Plaza Hotel right at the end of Fremont Street. I believe this may be the last year at the Plaza. Don't hold me to that, but I may have heard rumors. It's our last time down by Fremont Street. Fremont is always a good time. Great cigar bar right down on Fremont Street, upstairs at one of the casinos. Good food, great drinks, good times, nice weather, always. I'm speaking Friday and Saturday morning. Normally, I don't like an early morning talk at MTE, but that's West Coast time for me. So that's like, I think I speak at 10 both days. That's like speaking at 1 in the afternoon. I'll be able to man up and get that done. So that is out there. There will be a dent trials competition. There's a beginners competition. Mac is signed up. He's going to be his first year in PDR, taking a swing at the beginners competition. My buddy Dan has put his son-in-law Stu in and his son Chase. So we've got, between the two of us, we got 3 kids going in after it. I just hope one of them wins. I think that would be absolutely amazing. And no sweat, Stu or Chase, but I'm kind of pulling for Mac. Come on, buddy. You got this. I hope Mac listens to this. He's not going to listen to this. Who am I kidding? I'm not Joe Rogan. Hey, Jamie, pull up that video. Say it didn't work. Anyways, and after that is the advanced skills competition is still coming up from Keith and Shane at PDR College. We are not doing the audio and video anymore. It just didn't work out. Anyways, that should be October 8, 9, 10, and 11. Make sure you are on the PDR College email list. That is always where they send the invite out first. And anyways, that's that. So guys, audio only episode this week. That's about it. Hit me up with those questions I asked earlier. Content, what do you want to know about tools, everything like that. Wish me luck at the GPR PDR competition. Super stoked. I'm sure we're going to get some sort of podcast in up there, I hope. Yeah, we're going to make something happen. And I will report back how the competition went, how I did, where I placed. First place, come on, baby. And all of that. Follow us at Auto Appearance Institute across the board on all socials. Go check out our full course catalog at autoappearanceinstitute.com. Don't forget to head on over to hailexpo.com. Claim your free seat. I hope to see you in St. Louis in just a couple of weeks, like 2 weekends from now. Man, this year is flying by. Guys, thanks so much for listening. That is episode number 39 in the books. I'll see you next week.